What up, man? It's your boy RJ Payne. You are now tuned in to Mikey T, the movie star. Report Card Radio. Payne.
Man, it's been a long time coming.
Absolutely, man. I'm definitely a fan, man.
Man, RJ Payne, I appreciate you joining me today on Report Card Radio.
Absolutely. What's poppin', man?
So tell me a little bit about where you're from, man. I know you're Brooklyn bred.
Oh, man, I'm born in Brooklyn, Kingsborough Projects, raised in Long Island and Philly, man. So, probably 15, 20 years in Philly and New York. So probably I'm even in both states. So, I can't even claim one more than the other.
How did you, coming from Brooklyn, how did you become so heavily embraced in Philadelphia?
It's crazy. We moved here, I think when I was like 5, man. So we moved here when I was 5, and then my brother was a DJ. So, and I say from probably like 5 to probably like 10 years old, I was in Philly. A lot of death in my family, mom, brother. So I literally was bouncing back and forth between Long Island and Philly pretty much for my whole life. So that just gave me both sides. I would see the Philly grittiness. I would go to New York and kind of learn what's fly, learn how to hustle. So I kind of had the best of both worlds, man.
I hear you, man. Let's take it back. How did you originally get into rap? Right now you're being touted as one of the dopest new MCs. Aside from being born into it, how did you get involved with hip hop?
Man, it's crazy. I think my earliest memory, man, that made me want to really be a part of the culture, man, was House Party, the battle with Kid and Play. Like the moment I seen them battle, I lost my shit as a kid, bro. Like right then, I was like, yo, I don't know what this hip hop shit is, but I need parts. And that was it. Right then at that moment, I wanted to be an MC.
What year was that, man? What was going on at that time?
I don't even know when House Party came out, bro. House Party might have came out in like the early 90s.
All right.
So probably at that time, bro, I wasn't doing nothing but just soaking up everything hip hop. Like I said, I had a lot of death. So only thing I did to cope with all the death was just hip hop. And my brother was a DJ. So you can imagine when he passed, he might have had 2,000-3,000 records in a crate. So all I did was just soak up hip hop, man.
All right. So take me into that crate, man. Who were some of your early inspirations growing up?
You know what? When I was a kid, it wasn't so much as inspired. It was just more like, is this? Because I never had the conversation of what you're listening to. We never had that type of conversation. My brother was a lot older than me. So it was kind of like, I just seen it and would just go through the crate. So I remember seeing shit like 3 Times Dope. I remember seeing shit like Tribe Called Quest, Left My Wallet and El Segundo, like all types of just random shit, man. And like going through the years as I would just kind of play everything became my soundtrack. So it's not even like I listened from a place of knowing who was hot. I would just listen to everything.
So what inspired you to actually keep such a heavy presence on the bars? The last time I really remember that was like Papoose, Alphabetical Slaughter.
I think just the class of MCs that I grew up on. Like I said, when I'm going down that rabbit hole as a kid, once I hit my teens, once I learned about Big L, got a little older, found out about the Big Puns and Redmans and, just that whole golden era of hip hop. Once I found out about them dudes, that's what kind of made me feel like I had purpose. Like some people knew they would go to college. Some people knew they would have kids. I really genuinely knew I would be an MC. Like I can't really explain it, but it was like I would see Redman and see them dudes and be like, that's me. It's just I'm not ready yet, but I will be. And, look where we at now in 2020, man.
Facts. When do you feel like everyone started to take notice of you on the scene?
You know what? When I started doing this thing called Murder in Less Than 60 Seconds, probably about a year and a half ago, I would just rap in the car. I would get off work and I would just rap in the car. I would just literally get off every day and rap, man. And I remember getting like 30 views, 50 views, like nobody really gave. And then one day I rapped on a brand Nubian joint. I tagged Lord Jamar in it, and shout out to Lord Jamar. He reposted it. And once he reposted it, you know, you talking about a dirty kid from Philly. I've never seen so many celebrities and fire emojis. I was new to Instagram, so I was like, yo, what is this? So mind you, he shares it. I goes to sleep, bro. I wake up. I see Busta Rhymes. I see Missy Elliott, fire emojis. This dude is the future. And it literally started just like that, man, from just rapping in the car.
All right, all right. So that's where I want to keep this conversation right now. If you could remember for me, who would you say was one of the first artists to actually hit your DM or get your contact and hit you on the phone?
Jamal was the first. Jamal was the first. He DM'd me. He was like, yo, I don't know who the fuck you are. He just let me know, like, look, I ain't trying to sign you or nothing, but I think you super dope, and I just want to share your shit. So it was Jamar, then it was Black Thought, then it was Eric Sermon, and then after Eric Sermon, me and Eric started working. So literally, once people saw me working with Eric, it was just like wildfire after that, man. And you know, literally, it's been so many people that I literally lose track. So you got from Lord Jamar to Eric Sermon to I'll Be Sure, bro. Like everybody and their mother reached out.
So you actually built with Lord Jamar a lot. Could you tell me a little bit about that relationship?
Absolutely. Like the thing I always got respect for Jamar about is that from day one, he never kicked it like he wanted to sign me. He always was like, look, I don't want to be your manager. He was like, yo, that management shit takes too much work. He was like, I don't want to sign you. I don't have a label. He was just like, look, I've seen this before, and I feel like if I give you the boost with the little postings and you work hard, I feel like you could be somebody. And that's really where he left it at. And to his surprise, he didn't know I was a super hard worker. So the more I would see him post, I would come back every day with a new freestyle, and it would get hotter and hotter to the point that we just built a relationship. And over the years, that's all it was. If I ever need him, he's there for me. If I ever need some info, he's there for me. But I really try to just keep it to where I work. And if I ever need him, I'll call him. But I'd rather just let him see me busting my ass on my own.
Can you tell me about the connection that you have to the world of battle rap?
Oh, man, with me and battle rap. So, like I said, my first memory of wanting to be an MC was watching house parties, seeing Kid and Play battle. You know what I mean? So right then, that love as a battle MC was born. And literally, I honed my craft through the years by just battle rapping, like battling whoever. And, you know, back in the day, at least in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was just like whoever was dope went against whoever was dope. If I seen you and you had 1,000 raps, I had 1,000 raps, we would just battle. We didn't need no judge. And that's just what I did over the years. And that led to going on a battle tour in Philly with my man Big Star. We had Two Off of the Streets out here in Philly, me, Reed Dollars, Eddie Morris. We would literally travel to places like Harrisburg, the Bronx, and we would battle whoever. And that's how I got my name up. The Fight Club, every place that you can think of that's battle rap besides Smack, I had something to do with at some point.
Did you ever get the opportunity to work with Smack?
Nah, I never actually got to battle on Smack. And by the time that the Smack thing kind of was really popping, the battle wave had changed. And we were kind of, in Philly especially, we were kind of on a music wave. We was trying to make records, and we were getting radio play out here in Philly. So we weren't even focused on battle rap. That's why when the shift changed, New York was ahead of the curve, because at battle, when it was time for battle rap, they was already still in battle mode. We was all trying to make records and get on Power 99 out here in Philly. So we all loved it. I still loved it. But, you know, as the years went on, my love for the battle shit kind of just faded away.
No, I could definitely understand that, man. You know, a lot of battle rappers attempt to make that gain into the music scene. Do you still keep your ear to it? What do you think about all the changes to it?
Absolutely. I pay attention. You know, I try to watch when I get a chance, but it's a lot of dope MCs, you know, the Loaded Luxes, the Arsenals. I respect all of them dudes. But for me at this point, I kind of don't want my brand involved with battle rap no more. I feel like if you're able or lucky enough to make the transition to where they're fucking with you in the industry, I think you should take that 100% and not play in both worlds. And since I respect battle rap, I respect it too much to kind of just be in there for a look or just go for a check. So I'm full 100% into this industry shit, making his records and making his money through his music.
As such a dope MC and having such ties to Philly, I wanted to get your take on Cassidy returning to the battle rap scene in the past years.
Shout out to Cash, man. I think it's dope. I really think it's up to the person, man. I can't say it's bad battle rapping. I think for everything that Cassidy has accomplished, some may say it's a step down for him. But if that's what gives him that spark or that fire, I salute him for it. I don't really see nothing wrong with what he's doing. I think he at the end of the day, he's able to still battle these new cats. Whether he's winning or losing, he's able to still keep his name relevant in a battle era where he's not even from this era. So you got to give him props on that.
I was reading you actually had some history with Reed Dollars as well, who actually just battled Sue Surf.
Absolutely. Shout out to Reed Dollars. Like I said, we all came up in Philly, man. Everybody in Philly knows each other. So, at that time when we were battle rapping, me, Reed, the Ciceros, my man Eddie Morris, Slaughter Rico, anybody that you heard of in Philly battle rap, we all ran around together at one point. So I known Reed Dollars probably since he was 13, 14 years old.
I believe you got the chance to do a record with Dark Low.
That's my guy, man. Free Dark Low. Shout out to Dark Low. Cool dude. I known Dark Low before he was the rapper Dark Low. I known Dark Low when he was just a street cat, before he even thought about rapping like that. I known Dark Low a long time.
That's what's up, man. Could you take me into that? When did you first meet Dark Low?
I knew Dark Low, like my first rap group I was ever a part of, man. My peoples from North Philly. What's funny is one of the people in the group, he was the little brother of Dark Low, my man Bass. Dark Low is his big brother. So Low would always be around, but I never knew him as the rapper. I always knew him as the big homie, the goonie, don't play with Low. That's how we knew him. You know what I mean? And over the years, it's just been ill seeing him go from the street dude that don't talk much to a MC, and now he got a character. Now he's open to talking. The Low we knew, he didn't say much, man.
What do you think it was that made the general public take to him so much?
I think it's just the hunger, man. Like, put it like this, if you've never been to Philadelphia and you just put a camera on what's going on out here, you have to be entertained. That's why AR Ab was a magnet for the camera. Like, it wasn't people. I would hear people say stuff like AR Ab and Dark Low would tell on themselves. Nah, them dudes was just telling what would happen in their everyday life, and it just was hella entertaining. And I think just over time, I think Dark Low would probably see himself on the camera and just feel like, okay, this is my strong point. Now I could talk a little bit more shit. So I think we literally just got to see him become more comfortable on camera. That's all.
So I guess it's safe to say you have a couple records with Dark Low.
Nah, you know what? We were supposed to do way more records, but, unfortunately, he got his situation. We did the one joint. We were supposed to do a lot more. Hopefully, God willing, at some point we will patch back in. But like I said, the way I knew Dark Low, it wasn't through music. You know what I'm saying? So our relationship will always have a certain type of bond or friendship that don't have nothing to do with rap.
Real. Free Dark Low, man.
Dark Low, man. Good dude, man. Good dude.
Can you tell me how you initially linked with Benny the Butcher?
Absolutely, man. Shout out to my guy, Malek, my man Malek. He was their road manager on West Side Gun in Conway. So he had caught wind of me on Instagram doing Murder Less Than 60 Seconds rapping in the car. So he would, patch in like, yo, you fire. I think you should be a part of the team. And I was already telling him like, yo, I'm a fan of Griselda. Hopefully it will happen. So he stayed in touch. I kept rapping. He would show my videos to West Side Gun. So that's how that connection started. And then I got another friend of mine named PR Dean, and he was cool with Benny. So both of these guys were having their own conversations about me with Griselda, PR through Benny, and my man Malek with Westside. And the next thing you know, one day I got like a Instagram call, and it was my man Malek with Westside on it, and Westside was like, yo, I see you. And at this time I was dropping 7 projects per year. Like every year I dropped 7 to 8 projects. So Westside was like, yo, slow down, you killing them. We need to link, we need to make some moves. People saw it, everybody got excited. I say 2-3 days later, my homie PR Dean, he called me and was like, yo, I just talked to Benny. Benny would love if you was a part of BSF. And it literally started just like that, man. And as soon as we announced it, it went crazy. And I think it went crazy because we make similar music. You know, out here in Philly, everything is aggressive, everything is hard, boom bap. And that's what Buffalo is on, and that's what Buffalo is getting famous for. So I think it just went hand in hand.
All right, so how far removed are we from you getting out of work, looking at your videos, 30, 40, 50 views, to you rocking with BSF?
Oh man, this is probably like a year. It's probably like a year and a half, maybe, about a year and a half. So, you know, as the buzz is going into, like I said, me and Benny made the connection. I think we did one record. The first record we did actually was on my project on Leatherface. It was the Butcher meets Leatherface. Actually, we did that joint, and as soon as we did it, we knew, like, all right, the chemistry is crazy. This is perfect. We put it out, instantly went crazy. He turned around and put me on the Plugs I Met. And all of this is still a year and a half removed from rapping in the car. Once he put me on the Plugs I Met, everything that I had already been doing kind of caught back on fire. So now you got the new Griselda fire, plus I'm already running around with Black Thought. I'm already running around with Eric Sermon and Lord Jamar and this guy and that guy. So the Griselda connection, it just really made everything that much bigger. But I think, unfortunately, the only reason it didn't work is just because I think when Benny put me down with the team, Griselda was just blowing up. And at that time, my shit was just blowing up. And the next thing you knew, they signed the Rock Nation. After they signed the Rock Nation, they kept taking off. Now, as they're signing the Rock Nation, I'm on K Slade's new album. I'm on Eric Sermon's album. So my profile is going up. So it just really got to a point where by the time it was time to actually do business, we were so separate that it was just kind of like, look, we on different planets. Like, yo, you still my guy. If we can ever do business, let's do business in the future. And it really was that simple.
That's what's up, man. Thank you for breaking that down for me. And could you tell me a little bit about the label that you've been pushing? EIMG or EMG?
Absolutely. It's Educated Ignorance Music Group, man. The significance of the name is just, I feel like hip hop has been very one-sided in the last couple of years, you know. Whether that's trap, whether that's the druggy rap, whatever you want to call it, it's been too one-sided. And now that the lyrical side is coming back, I think it's MCs like me, it's my job to give you both sides. I'll give you the education and the ignorance. So I've been putting out my own projects for the last two and a half years, and I've gained a lot of success by putting my projects out directly. Actually, that's what attracted Royce. Royce ended up buying my whole catalog off my website, IamRJPayne.com. He bought every project I got. That's like 22 albums. Once he bought that, it just set the trend, and everybody knew, okay, this dude don't stream. I got a boutique thing. If you want my music, you go to my website and you grab it that way. So that kind of just everything going on, and then having my own website, and then now this Eminem thing and all of that, I can't even explain to you what's happening right now, bro. But like, you got to understand, my life literally changed again, like 2 days ago with this Eminem shit. Like, bro, I'm getting so many phone calls that I can't tell you about yet. It's crazy. But as far as the label though, because I got a little sidetracked. But as far as the label, like I said, I've been putting out all my music directly through my own imprint. We just actually recruited Harlem legend, my man Ruff, and my man Stan Spit. Stan Spit was in the movie Belly. He's actually the one that got shot at the table. So we just recruited them to the team. Their album is coming in June. I'm actually executive producing that. I'm gonna put that out on my platform the same way I've been putting out my own music. And that's really what I want to do with my label, is show artists how to put their music out and make your money. Like when I put my albums out, I make $20 or $30 per album. Only person to get a cut of my money is PayPal, and I want to do that for other artists, because I think when we stream our music, it's cool to say you streaming with Drake and all that, but when you stream your music, you get paid less than a penny. So my thing is to just educate artists and let them know, yo, we can go get the bag, and we don't necessarily need a big record deal to go get the bag.
Man, you're working on a new album right now.
Absolutely, man. New album on the way. Funny enough, it's titled Eminem titled the album. You know, Eminem had the interview with Lil Wayne, and he was, I guess, referring to me, and he was like, yo, he's an animal. So I had put out a freestyle, or two of them, back to back, and I had just titled it animal after Eminem. And then it just hit me the other day, like, yo, just title the whole album.
No, that's dope, man, because honestly, I'm here thinking about it. That title goes right along with your catalog of work.
Exactly. I'm capable of doing a lot of the records and, the hooks and all of that, but I think being a part of Griselda, that fan base with BSF and having my own fan base, I think our fan base is dope because they don't care about our hooks. They don't care about radio records. They just want a dope package that looks good with some dope merch, and they gonna buy all that shit. So I think right now I'm in an amazing position. So you're gonna see some amazing stuff. The album, I can't tell you who's on it, but what I can tell you is I definitely got production from Royce the 5'9". I definitely got production from my man Mr. Porter, the 9, and I definitely got production from Eric Sermon. So the album is gonna be crazy.
So let me ask you, man, what's your thoughts hearing this conversation between Eminem and Lil Wayne?
Yo, first I didn't believe it, bro. Like I knew that we have covered, some great spaces in the last year and a half. But my man Paige Kennedy from Cali, he just randomly texted me like, "Yo, Lil Wayne and Eminem are talking about you." And I think I'm sitting in there preparing some merch to be sent out, and I'm like, Wayne and M, like whatever. Soon as he texted me, my phone went crazy. I mean, every person that I ain't talked to since kindergarten was like, yo, they are really on there talking about you. I just heard it. I got it recorded. Then the videos dropped of them having a convo. And it's just been a thing ever since, man. Like, no exaggeration. We probably got five calls from different major labels as soon as it happened. So, like, I don't know what to think yet. I'm still taking it all in, man.
I wanted to ask you, RJ, what have you learned from someone like Royce the 5'9"?
Man, listen. The first thing I learned from Royce, man, was when you get in this business to know what you want. A lot of times, rappers always want a record deal. That's just the broad statement is I want a record deal. But we don't usually know what that means. And we don't usually know what we don't want. We just know what we think we want. So Royce's whole thing was, from day one, was to tell me, like, yo, figure out what you don't want. Figure out what's your worst record deal. Figure out the things that you absolutely will never go for. And he was like, once you do that, then it's easier to move forward. And once I did that, it was easier to kind of just move my business around. So like when we walk into these labels now, they already know what I'm there for. They already know what I'm not willing to do and what I'm willing to do. So honestly, man, being cool with Royce the 5'9" is like having a cheat code, man. Honestly.
That's what's up, man. I seen you were in and out of his studio. Is it like, is he mentoring you, or is it more you guys creating records?
It's weird, man. I think Royce, Eric Sermon, Jamar, any of the people that have helped me or reached out, OC, any of the legends, I think it's the same thing. They all kind of just feel like it's their duty to help the next guy. And they all said that to me at some point, like, yo, you're the next one. And when we see the next one, it's our job to help kind of mold it in the right way. And they basically let me know that when I see the next guy, it's my job to do the same thing. So I don't know if you want to call it a mentor, but if it's 3 a.m. and I got a problem, I can call Royce. You know what I'm saying? If it's a problem, I can call Jamar. I can call Black Thought. So, I don't know what you want to call it, but we just got a great relationship.
I'm listening to the conversation, and Lil Wayne actually says he knows your music. Had you ever had a chance to meet Wayne, or did he ever reach out?
Nah, bro, like never. Like that goes back to what I was saying. Like, so imagine you're making waves, and people are like, yo, you would be a lot doper if you had a melody. You would be a lot doper if you dressed or looked like this, if you did this. I'm like, nah, my fans like it, I'll be fine. So imagine suddenly you like, yo, Wayne knows who you are and he knows your music. So it kind of just let me know that I'm not crazy, man. Like, good music is good music, whether they got a hook, whether they got a melody or not. So for Wayne to know who I am and to not do what everybody else do, that's amazing, bro. Like, I can't even put that into words what it feels like to have the GOATs know what I do and who I am without selling out.
Yeah, it really shows you that music has a reach.
It does, man. And if you really stay who you are and stick to your guns, It's an audience for you. It don't matter what that is.
So we're talking about the guy who just had the video where he had the quickest rap in like history. We're talking about Eminem saying he's a animal.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. Humbling, man. I see a lot of, you know, I seen somebody actually post on that post of mine, like, yo, it's not a big deal. You've been dope. So what? Who cares? Like, don't get gas. And I'm like, yo, I don't know if it's the new generation or if it's just the way the world is where we don't value shit or we don't value anything until it's not here no more. But I know who Eminem is, and I know all the records he broke. So for him to acknowledge me again on my level of just punchlines and hardcore rap, I give him all the respect in the world because he didn't have to be paying attention to RJ Payne.
So what inspiration do you draw from that acknowledgement for this album?
Work harder. Like, cause you see, the day that I seen the footage, or the day that the footage came out, I shot a video 24 hours later and put that shit out. And Eminem seen the video. Like, I got confirmation he seen the video, and they're basically bugging. Like, how he put this out that fast? So like, that would show you where I'm at. I just want to work hard. I was already a workhorse. I put out 7 projects per year before Marshall came along. So it's like, now that I know he's watching or Wayne's watching, man, I probably put out more projects than anybody in the rap game. I'm being 100% honest. I'm hungry as hell. Like, I should be rapping right now. I only stopped putting together my merch and working on my album to do this with you. If you seen the freestyle, if you seen what I just put out, he Animal, kind of just summing up who I am for the people that might not have known who I was before Eminem gave me the shout out. If you seen that, that's what you can expect. Just expect the highest quality lyrics, the dopest production possible. Don't expect no deep records. Don't expect none of that. Because right now, I want people to know Eminem wasn't wrong. I want people to know that Lil Wayne is listening because it's some dope shit and it's not what everybody else is doing. So don't expect to tune in and hear RJ Payne doing a trap record and none of that. Expect what I've been doing, but just times 30.
Payne, I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
Anytime. Big fan, man. Big fan. Anytime you need to patch in, I'm here, man. Appreciate you, bro.
No, big facts. Is there anything that you want to leave the people with?
Man, the only thing I want to leave everybody with is just, yo, just let me be the proof, dog. It don't matter how old you are. It don't matter where you at, where you from, what part of the world you in. If you work hard at this shit, you never know who's watching. You never know how far you can go, man. Just literally, you talking about a dude that was rapping in a car a year and a half ago. Now we're talking about Eminem and Lil Wayne having a conversation about me. So never give up, man. Just keep hustling, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, bro.